Morning. It is Friday the 20-something of April. I'm here back in my kitchen, so welcome back. So today I'm going to be trying to fix my MN82 and my MN82 Pro 1/12 scale RC crawlers. Now, I don't mean fix, because I haven't broken. It's more of a case of, I'll show you, it'll be better. So under here, they're meant to be sort of crawler type, trail truck type things. And remember, safety third. On the front, they have, which go sort of like your link suspension. So you've got like, I can't remember what they're called now. Bar suspension or link suspension, whatever. Which is quite cool for, like flexing and things like that when they're up on like two wheels and all that sort of stuff. But on the rear, they have something called leaf springs, which are like the most basic spring around. They've had them for years. They used to be on horse and carts, way back when. So basically I'm going to change these two here. Those two with these. Now I got these off AliExpress. I've basically got everything that you see here and on that one over there. And these and all the metal drive shafts and bigger tyres and everything you see on there. I've got off AliExpress, so it is kind of like a budget AliExpress type build. So hopefully this won't take too long and I won't pull my hair out. Also going to try something a little bit different today. I've got my GoPro set up as well. You can probably just see it somewhere right there. There we go. I'm going to try and do a bit of sort of time-lapsey type stuff on there, as well as try to I don't know. I'm just going to try something different. What I've also got recently, I've managed to pick up a Insta360 X3. That's pretty cool. I got a bundle deal from Curry's, and it was something like 300 and something pounds. I think it was 330 quid. It's got like 3 batteries with it, carry case. It came with a massive selfie stick / tripod, and also a selfie stick. That was not too bad. Obviously, I didn't pay for it outright. Not sponsored by anyone, so I paid with my own money, which took quite a while to save up for. And that's one thing that I've heard this morning, or seen a video this morning of, a YouTuber, Kevin Talbot, or Kev Talbot, whatever we call him. He's massively famous on for the RC type stuff. Like taking it to extremes, fixing it, repairing it, upgrading it, the whole lot. And he went on a huge rant about sponsorship deals and whatnot. Now, I'm not sponsored at all, so everything you see on this channel is mine. That's it. I've saved up. I've saved up. I've bought whatever. But it is kind of infuriating. Sometimes when you look at these massive YouTubers and you're like, okay, you've earned your money, you've got this, that, and the other. I know people want to give you stuff, or sometimes give you stuff for nothing to do a good review in that. But maybe they should sort of cascade it down a little bit, once they've used all their stuff, or, stuff they get for free, like promotional stuff or whatever. Maybe they should, cascade it down to the smaller YouTubers. Now, I think that would be brilliant, like a great idea. All right, it's not going to be brand new, but, then you can sort of get your own ideas and everything else on how, the more expensive or the more niche sort of RC cars, you get more experience with those. And then, it could potentially pan out into you buying one and, more revenue for the actual, people that actually make the RCs, So maybe just a little thought. Who knows? It might happen one day. I doubt it, but it might happen. You never know. So I've got the kit out of the bag, which was really difficult to open. This bit was fine, but then here there's a separate bag. That where is it? This one. Because it was folded over. This bit was impossible to open. I was properly pulling it and stuff, and it wouldn't come open. And then, obviously, it came open. But anyway, so I've emptied it all out of my kitchen side, which is covered by a nice tablecloth to stop the wife going absolutely ballistic. It's a bit of a strange one. I've sort of mocked up that side, so that one is this side. Okay, but I'll just show you. This is the aluminium or whatever it is. I've got plate. At which point it goes onto there, and that's all good. But that bit there, the black bit, doesn't seem to come off. So that means that the suspension will just be going from there straight onto this little nub there. I mean, should do, but it's going to shorten it down. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be a bit strange, but only time will tell. So first things first, what I'm going to do is just save messing around. I'm just going to take off the body shell. So there's only 4 screws. 1, 2. At the front here, 3 and 4, and then everything should just pop out. I also forgot about that screw and that screw, just there. Body shell is off. Just got to remember to unplug your lights and your battery there. So you have to do it carefully, because if you pull too hard, the wires come out, which I found out about 3 weeks ago. And it's interesting to try and put it back in again, so just be very, very careful. So now I'm just going to remove the leaf springs. So it's literally 1, 2 screws. And then up here, I believe, where are they? Focus. It's getting there, No. There you go, to focus. Oh, there's two more screws there, there we go. And then same on the other side. And then once I've got that off, I'm probably going to take the wheels off. Just, come on, focus. There we go. Take the wheels off just so I get a little bit more access to this blurriness. Okay, so I've undone the 2 springs. 2 screws that hold that in. They're in there, as well as the other side, so there's a big pile. I've taken off the whole thing here, the leaf spring set. You will have to take off your drive shafts as well. Now I've done that just because I believe it will be easier. And there's only 1 grub screw. So hopefully, now taking this apart and putting that on will be a lot easier. So I've taken all the 4 screws out here, and then this just comes off. So you've got leaf springs, a bigger leaf spring, and then you've got that bit. Hold on, let's try and get the right one. So that's the old bit, that's going to be the new bit. But I do believe it might be worth, hang on, keeping one of these bits, because I'm sure, there's a little one. No, you might not be able to keep them, sorry, hang on. Does that come off? Bugger it, sorry. There's a bit on the axle just there, helps if I show it, that's got 2 little screw holes in it that would go onto the smaller part here. Now I don't know if I'm going to need those, because I mean, if you look at that, oh no, hang on. So that goes on. Hang on, I'm confused now. It doesn't take much, I know. Right, so that's that bit. So that goes onto there like that. Oh, no, wrong way around. There we are. So that, okay, I see. So yeah, so the metal, that bit goes on the bigger bit, but on that side, here, roughly. And then the small bit there still screws into the original screw holes. Aha! Excellent stuff. Okay, so I've got one side on, which is pretty awesome. Doesn't look too bad, it looks alright. You can't use the original screws on this side, because the holes that go into that bit there are a little bit smaller than the original ones. You can use the original screws on this side, which I have done, but these ones you have to use the ones that come in the packet. And I should imagine that because the hole I think there is a bit smaller as well than on these ones, on there I think it is a smidge bit smaller. You're going to probably have to use the screws that came with it. But the problem is, I think, oh my god, there is another one. Oh no, he might be, yeah, he could be alright, yeah. There's, if you use the original screws, which are there, they're like half threaded, half not, then you end up with 2 spare in one packet, which is good, because then that means you can use the small ones to go in there and through the bottom of your shock. But what's the betting that these shocks at the end here, they're probably not going to be, the screw will be smaller than the hole. But but I'll find out in a second. Right, so here we go. It's probably taken me about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so to get everything put in as normal, and I'm happy with that. Really am happy with that. So these ones you had to reuse the ones that came out previously, which is fair enough, and they fit in there just right. They just go through and grip on the other side. You've got about, I don't know, a mil or two on that side. You probably can't see. And again, same with that side, about a mil or two. I would recommend reusing the same ones that you take out of here on these, purely for the fact is that depending if you've upgraded your rear suspension or not. Now I have, these are hydraulic ones. The screw that goes through there was quite a little bit larger, like a little bit wider in diameter, whereas the actual hole in there is quite tiny, so you have to use a different screw. Now, because I used the original ones for here, I had 2 spare screws, so I used that in there. It fits all right, it's all good. I can't wait to take it out for a test, to be fair. I'm going to do that one next. So, it's slightly different. Well, it's exactly the same, but it's just a bit more awkward to get to bits on that because the chassis is slightly different at the back, I believe. And also I've got a trim here and here as well, because I took them out last weekend. No, hang on. Tuesday, Thursday? I can't remember now. I took them out with a load of other 1/10 sort of scale rock crawlers, and you know, they were doing, the 1/10s were doing really well. And obviously these bad boys, because they're not that big, struggled obviously over rocks, because they're not really rock crawlers, they're more trail trucks. But hopefully now I can get over some slightly larger rocks and what have you. I mean, I've got videos on my channel from last week of both of these two going over, you know, rough terrain, and yeah, they were good for what, you know, for their size. They were really good. I was impressed. Just I just needed something with a little bit extra flexibility, because you know that one tipped over quite a lot because it's quite top heavy, and this one's not heavy at all on the back. But obviously where I've got the GoPro mounted on it, it just needed something extra just to sort of, you know, keep the balance, you know, at least keep one wheel on the ground anyway. But yeah, they did all right. I'll be filming more. I plan to go to the woods at some point, and get going over some tree roots and maybe through some water. I'm not too sure if the servo is waterproof though, but you know, give it a go. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. I won't bore you with the ins and outs of that on that one, because you can tell that I'm dirty. Oh, there's another thing. When you got the thing off, just take your axle cut, take your diff cover off, and just put some grease in there. That's what I did. I've used some, I think I had silicone grease lying around, so I just chucked a load in there just to make sure that, you know, it was wet in there, but it wasn't as, you know, greasy as I liked. So I just chucked some in there. I haven't done the front one yet because I did that a couple of weeks back, I think, when I did the drive shafts. So yeah, it's all good. But anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. Appreciate I waffle quite a bit, but yeah, just thanks very much for watching, and like, subscribe and share, please. Ciao for now.